minutes here on the Al-Jazeera News Hour. Breaking news, more details. One of Iraq's vice presidents vetoing a law which is central to allowing elections planned for January to go ahead. Tarik AL-Hashimi says he's taken the move because the legislation doesn't give enough representation to the approximately 4 million Iraqis who now live outside the country.
كنت قد وجهت رسالة مكتوبة إلى السيد رئيس مجلس النواب.
Earlier this week, I submitted a letter to the Parliament Speaker asking to amend the newly passed electoral law, but the Parliament suggested that I should veto the law. Now I have submitted my reply on the election law. They have received my veto letter. The election law has been returned to the Parliament.
Let's bring in Al Jazeera's Iraq producer, Mosab Jasim, with me now to explain the significance, the implications. We'll go into why he doesn't like this in just a moment. But first of all, does this mean that the January elections might not now happen?
It simply means now, David, that we are back to Q1, when MPs have to discuss the law again and make the proper amendments as requested by the Vice President, and then again they would have to vote on it using the simple majority, which is half+1, and then send it back to the Presidency Council for ratification again.
Yeah, but it was only a couple of weeks ago we were saying if they don't vote for this now, then the elections won't take place, and now there's going to be an even bigger delay, so January looks pretty difficult.
It's really, there is strong speculations by the Electoral Commission and by many in Iraq, politicians and people, that it would be nearly impossible to hold the January elections in time, which is in January, because from the old experience, MPs have taken so much time and they've taken 2 months to agree on this law, and this simply could mean that they will need another month to agree on the new amendments, and then January elections will be in doubt.
And of course, one of the reasons why this was going to be so important is that the January elections were supposed to set the clock ticking on the complete withdrawal of US troops from Iraq. So that's in doubt as well.
Exactly. The Americans are worried that if there is no election in place, there could be chaos, there could be a case of limbo in Iraq. And that's why they want to stick to their plans, and they want Iraqis to stick to their deadlines and dates to hold elections in time.
Now, Mr. Hashimi doesn't like this because he doesn't think it gives enough representation to Iraqis living abroad, or specifically Sunni Iraqis living abroad.
If you go back to the law, it doesn't specify whether Iraqis are living abroad or Sunni or Shia or Kurds. We cannot specify that people who are outside Iraq are mostly Sunnis. There are a lot of Kurds in the Europe countries, and there are Sunnis and there are Shia. So it's not clear what his point is, but he said it clearly that he's asking for a better representation for people who are outside, who are approximately 4 million as estimated.
But the suggestion is that he thinks there are so many Sunnis outside Iraq that actually their vote might be quite crucial in the elections, and if they're denied a percentage of the vote, then that could hurt Sunni politicians' chances.
I think for some suggestions that this is mainly like a propaganda for the elections, and I think Hashimi is now in a very serious position that many in Iraq, if the elections are delayed, many will blame him for delaying that election. So the consequences will be partly blamed for Hashimi's decision to set off another date or another deadline for the elections.
Good to have you here on the set, Mosab. Thanks very much indeed. Continuing to follow those developments on Iraq. The ongoing political standoff in